Hi guys, this is BMW Chris W. Today we'll be doing a video review of the BMW 330e. That's the electric version of the 3 Series. We'll go in an in-depth review talking about all the unique aspects of the vehicle. Let's get started. So we'll start with the walk around of the vehicle. Those are your active LED headlights right there. I have the car just being charged right now at our dealership. We're at Performance BMW, by the way. This is one of our cars that is available. So one of the first things about the BMW 330e is you have an E badge up here, and of course you'll also have it charging over there as a charge port. Okay, there's an E drive. Here's a shot of it from the back. This is actually a 2017 model, so you have the refresh styling of the tail lights back there. It looks very, very sharp. There's your 330e badge. Some more badging. It's very, very close to a regular 3 Series. There's a couple exterior things about it that make it look a little bit different. There's another I badge over there. Let's have a look inside, shall we? So this is the black Dakota leather. I actually have the vehicle on right now. The size is exactly the same as a regular 3 Series. The only difference is the trunk space, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But as you can see, you got plenty of rear space here. That's about how I sit when I drive. Quite a lot of room back there. Now let's talk about what makes the electric BMW a little bit unique here. So first of all, I have the car charging right now, and you can see here the meter as it's charging. So that time right there is actually telling you when the car is going to be completed in terms of the timing and when the battery is going to be full. It actually tells you how much kilometers and the range there as well. Okay, you can also go through and cycle between the modes. I'm just hitting the top of the top button there. It tells you you can see your battery percentage as it's going up, fuel economy, and then your savings there. Okay. What's different with the BMW 330e and all the plug-in hybrid vehicles is you have what's called an eDrive button right here, okay? So this is actually how you would cycle between your different modes for the vehicle. There are 3 different modes. There is the auto eDrive, then there is the battery saving, and max eDrive. So as I'll demonstrate here a little bit, you can go to eDrive on your iDrive settings here. It'll actually show you how much power you're using relative to how much electric power you're using based on how your driving habits and how you're using the modes. So right now the car is just charging, so it just shows you some different screens here, right? This is the auto eDrive screen, so this becomes available once you actually start driving. What the main differences between these modes are is basically when you're in auto eDrive, it's going to use a combination of the gas and the electric motor. Basically it's going to be full electric motor until you go about 70 or 80 kilometers an hour, and once you do that, then the gas engine kicks in, and once the gas engine kicks in, you start to get a little bit more power. There are exceptions, of course. For example, if you need immediate power, you just put your foot all the way down to the floor and you'll have both the gas engine kicks in instantaneously and you'll have gas and electric energy going at the same time. What's different in the max eDrive, when you change the setting down here, it's only available when you're driving, and I have the car charging right now. Basically, when you have it in the max eDrive, what happens is it's going to be fully electric, okay? So you can monitor that with your battery. If you keep it on your battery here, see how much percentage you're using. And basically, what's happening is when you're in the max eDrive, it's only using electronic energy, and you have a gauge right here as well that will show you how much e-power you're using. So those bars actually go up, those 4 bars on the right, in terms of how much power you're using. And then once you're slowing down or using the brakes, it was going to charge. So how this works is basically the car's brake regenerative technology. So it'll actually recharge the battery as you're driving just by the energy that's going into the wheels, because those wheels, it acts kind of like a little bit like a motor. So it will actually charge the battery. So basically how this works is the car will actually charge itself while it's driving, okay? So you're driving the car and you want some power, it will show you the power there. So you have your RPMs like in a gas engine, and then down there you have your electronic power. On the left is going to be the charging. So how this works is it's very effective on the highways. When you're just coasting the car, the RPMs drop, and then there's kinetic energy going on inside the car because of the movement of the wheels. Therefore, it charges the battery as you're driving, okay? And you can actually put it without coasting when you have it in the battery save mode, which is the third mode that's available here, which you control through this button here. The battery save mode is it's going to conserve as much electric energy as possible, so it'll only use the gas aspects of it. And while you're in this mode, it will actually charge the battery all the way up to 90%. So what's going on is, because there's a gas engine going on here and you're not using the electric motor, it will actually charge the battery so you can have more electric energy as you're driving. It charges up pretty quickly when you have it on the battery here. I've actually tested this out when I was on the highway, and my battery was actually going up pretty quickly while I was driving on the highway, just going, about 100 kilometers an hour or so. The battery charges pretty quickly. So you can actually have from a low battery to about, let's say you're at like 25% battery, you can charge it all the way up to about 80-90% within 10 to 15 minutes of driving on the highway, depending on how you're driving. And then you can therefore use that electric energy once again by going back to the max eDrive. Okay, so the three modes again is auto eDrive, max eDrive, and then battery save mode. So here's what the modes look like when you change it from the eDrive, when you press the eDrive button. Right, so there's the max eDrive like I was talking about. That's one of the modes. The other mode, like I said, is the save battery mode. Okay, it's reserved and it charges while you're driving up to about 90%. The other one is the auto eDrive, which the car figures out what it wants to do, and it'll keep it as most efficient as possible. So one of the ways that it does that is, like I said earlier, is it will be all electric until about 70 kilometers an hour. Then the gas engine kicks in automatically and to have that extra boost. Or if you're going below 70 kilometers an hour and you want the full speed, just put your foot all the way down. Gas engine kicks in right away, and you have full electric power plus the gas power at the same time. This being the 2017 model, this is what your iDrive looks like here. And I want to show you something here in the My Vehicle settings. You can actually plan how you want to charge your car. So under the Plan Charging / Climate Control, you can go into this menu here, and you can actually, so once you plug your car in, you can actually either charge it immediately or charge it for a departure time. So the benefit of this feature right here is, if you want to charge your car only at nighttime when electricity is half price, you can actually set the time here of when you want the rate to start and when you want the rate to end. So the benefit of that, again, is to help save a little bit on the cost of the electricity used when charging the vehicle. Another interesting thing is the preconditioning for departure. Normally in the BMWs you have what's called the active comfort ventilation, which essentially puts a little bit of the air through the fans to keep it a little bit more comfort when you get into your car. This car, because it's electric, it actually has preconditioning available. What this is, it will actually put either a hot or a cold air into the car, so that once the end time is set here, so that the rate end, the car will actually already be preconditioned for when you're ready to leave. Okay, so on the set departure time here, you can choose the times that you want. So you can go to your second time here, your first time here, put the time in, and then it'll actually precondition the car to your predetermined temperature. So you can set the temperature here whatever you want it to be, and it'll be ready for that time there. Another thing is, if you go to the charging rate settings, you can actually adjust how much power you want to be used. So for example, if you want to charge the fastest, you put it to the maximum charging rate, or you can put it at a reduced or even a low rate if you wanted to, just to save a little bit on the cost. So charging these vehicles is very simple. You actually have a charging cable right here. Now normally, if you're charging this outside or at a public charging one, on your station here, there might be a place where you would have to actually like tap your credit card, and then it'll unlock. It'll let you pull it out, and then you'll be able to plug it into your car. And it's very simple to do. There's a button right here. You just press and hold it, and it comes right out. So when it's white, that means it's okay. When it's blinking blue, that means it's charging. And when it's green, that means it's fully charged. And you just put it back like so. This is one of the wall boxes that you can get when you purchase the car, you can have one of these installed into your home, inside your garage, have an electrician do the wiring and get everything all set up for you. Once you've taken it out, it's very simple. Just like on the normal gas caps of the BMW, they just pop right back in. And just to open it, same thing, just like that. Another interesting feature about the eDrive vehicles is you actually have a gas button right over here. Normally in the BMWs you just push the gas cap and it opens the gas cap, but in the electric cars you actually have a button here. And the reason why they have this button here is, I'll walk around to the gas cap and I'll show you what I mean. Normally on the BMWs you would just push the gas cap to open, but see, it's not actually open. That's because you have to actually press the button inside to do that. And the reason why is because there's actually pressure inside that gas cap. So by pressing the button here, you have to press and hold it, it releases the fuel. So it actually comes up there. It says ready to refuel now. It says refueling possible. That is because, like I said, there's pressure that's in here, and you actually have to release that pressure by pressing the button in order to access the gas cap, which is It is also important that you press and hold the button and not just press it lightly, because you have to press and hold it to release that pressure. And if you don't, what will happen is it will show that it's somewhat open, but it'll actually be stuck and you can't actually open it. So there's actually a fail-safe for that BMW thought of, and that is over here. You would actually have to go in here and take this out. And there's a little wire in here, right over here, which is a green wire. You would actually pull this to release it manually to get the... You would not have to do that every single time. That is just if you accidentally didn't press and hold the button and it didn't take out all the pressure properly. So that's just the manual way of taking it out, but otherwise you wouldn't have to do that. You would just, every single time, you would just easily take it out with the button that's inside the car. So it just takes the habit of getting used to. One important note about the BMW 330s is the battery of the car is actually in the trunk right here. There's a little handle you can take, you can pull it. And there's the actual battery right there, okay? So the actual battery is right here in the back, mounted on top of the rear wheels. And the BMW 330, they only come in rear-wheel drive cars. So it's a rear-wheel drive car, but it's very safe to drive in the winter as you have a lot of weight from the battery pushing it down to give you more grip when you're driving the car. Underneath the hood here is the BMW 320i engine, actually. That's normally 180 horsepower. They put it into this car paired with the electric motor. So the actual figures of this engine are 248 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That's combining the gas engine plus the electric motor. So they have the gas engine right up here, and then the electric motor they have further down, a little bit further back, next to the transmission, which is also set very low. This is one of the characteristics. They wanted to stay true to the BMW trademark handling, which was a 50-50 weight distribution. And how they achieve that is using lightweight materials and keeping the engine as low as possible, as far back as possible, and evenly distributing the weight. So when you pair this with the battery that's in the trunk, you have a car that's very well balanced. So once again, this is BMW Chris W, and that was the BMW 330e. The total range of the kilometers you can drive in that car is about 41 kilometers. But that's assuming you don't put it in eDrive mode, let it charge up a little bit. You could probably drive a little bit farther, and then also charging it at the stations where you go. Okay, this was everything that you needed to know about the BMW 330e. I'm in the sales department here at Performance BMW, which is in St. Catharines, Ontario. This car behind me is in fact for sale right now. We're offering a great deal on it. You can reach out to me if you have any questions at my email, which is bmwchrisw@gmail.com, or check out my website as well if you have any more questions and inquiries on other vehicles. If you're in the GTA and you're looking for a car, consider contacting me and I'll make sure that you get a fantastic deal and a great service out of here at our dealership. Once again, this is BMW Chris W, and thanks for watching.